Hey y'all, what's up? So it is, I want to say, it's a few days later since the last clip that you guys saw. I want to talk about my experience at that restaurant, y'all. So, as y'all seen in the beginning of the video, we went to the Salt Shack. Now, the Salt Shack was, the original one is in Tampa. We found that, fell in love with it. They had the bomb, like, oh my goodness, these coconut shrimp that they had was off the chain when we went before. So we like, okay, we got to go back there again. It was like the vibe in Tampa. If I can find a video of it, I'll kind of put it in how it looks in Tampa. But it's just this tropical paradise. Like, it's, you walk in and you just feel like you on a whole nother island somewhere. It's so lit. And, you know, we went a couple of times in Tampa, and then when we found out they was opening one here, not only was they opening here, but on our favorite little lakefront park. What? So we was like, oh yeah, we're in there. So we couldn't wait till they opened. It finally opened. We went down there, and it was such a disappointment. It was just such a disappointment. For one, it was not only a disappointment to me and my whole food allergy issue, but it was a disappointment to my husband as well. He was like, this do not taste like how it tastes in Tampa. Come on, phone. Don't do that. Yeah, so he was like, you know, it don't taste the same as far as how it tastes in Tampa. It do not taste the same here. I didn't get the coconut shrimp because, of course, I couldn't eat it. But before we did go in, I had called the restaurant and asked them, like, hey, you know, do you guys have a gluten-free menu? The whole rundown. The lady was on the phone, was like, oh yeah, we have plenty of gluten-free options. When you go in there, ask the waiter, you know, she was all nice and happy and stuff like that over the phone. So I'm like, okay, that made me feel really good. So we went in there, y'all. And I get it that, you know, gluten free and celiac disease, a lot of people do not understand it. They don't know what it is. They don't understand how deep it is, how deep it can get. They don't know, you know, they don't care, because like I said, this is something that, like, unless you are going through it or you know somebody personally that go through it, you're not gonna have a clue in the world about it or how to deal with it or how deep it is. So yeah, so we get there as soon as the waiter come. You know, I asked her, hey, you know, what are your gluten-free options? She was like, I don't know. You know, she was like, I don't think we have any. I was like, well, I just talked to somebody on the phone when I called to make sure. And she was just like, oh, let me go ask the kitchen. So she goes and asks the kitchen. Then she comes back and she was like, yeah, you can do a taco wrapped in lettuce. The wrapped in lettuce and a bunless burger, you know what I'm saying? Salad, whatever. So I was just like, okay, boom. I'll just get a taco. You know, I'll just get a bunless burger, you know, wrapped in lettuce and a lettuce taco, whatever. So that's what I decided to get. Now, she took my husband's and my daughter's order first. And this is where it gets effed up. She literally did not take my order. Their food came out with the quickness. They sat down, ate their food, whatever. I'm sitting here starving for it. I'm hungry as hell. And my food just ain't coming out. Ain't coming out. And something else my husband ordered just wasn't coming out. So we kept asking her. She was like, oh, I'm gonna check on it. I don't think she ever checked on it because she was helping. They was kind of busy, but not too, like, not, I don't care what restaurant it is. You ain't busy enough to, like, take a deep breath, woosah, and treat your customers with respect. Like, don't, it's like, I just felt so disrespected. Like, I really did. I just felt so completely just written off, disrespected, and just, you know what I'm saying? So we asked her like 3 times where the meal was. 3 times I'm checking on it. This girl comes out. My husband, he ordered a grouper taco. Some grouper tacos. This girl come out and give me a plate of grouper tacos. What my husband had ordered. And she was like, here you go, da, da, da. And I'm like, I didn't order that. And she was like, you didn't? I'm like, no, I didn't. I literally sat here and had a whole conversation with you about gluten-free, and you bring out some damn regular tacos, like. So she's like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. And then she tell my husband, oh, if you want these extra tacos, you can take them home, da da da. I don't want to give them back. They're going to throw them away, whatever. So I'm sitting there like, now I got to wait. We already there for like an hour or more at this point. So now I got to sit here and wait another long ass time for you to bring out my tacos. They did bring out my burgerless sandwich or whatever, or lettuce wrapped sandwich or whatever, but I wasn't really feeling it. Like, I got it because I was like, let me get the burger and the tacos, because I knew that the tacos was not going to fill me up. I'm like, these tacos is literally wrapped in lettuce. I'm not going to get full from these tacos. And it was 2 tacos, so I was just like, I'm not going to get full from tacos. I already know. So yeah. So finally, she brings out my tacos. They was just okay. They was bearable. You know what I'm saying? Like, the flavor was bland as hell. I just wasn't feeling it. I was so mad, and I wanted to just eat something so good, and I didn't have that from the burger or the tacos. So I was just like, man, this is crazy. And then I literally forgot to ask if I got pulled pork tacos. So I forgot to ask, was the pulled pork gluten free? Like, if they didn't use, but I forgot to ask. So then after we got in the car and I started thinking about it, I started having a damn panic attack, because I'm like, oh my God, I didn't ask if the meat was like, I didn't ask, and she was too dingy to even remember if I was to ask, or like, it was just like, oh my goodness, I just was not having a good day that day. So then, every time we are in Clermont and we go down to the lake, we usually go get ice cream at one of our favorite spots, which is Brewster's. And so we hit up Brewster's, y'all. And this is the first time I've been to Brewster's since the whole gluten-free thing. And I know that if it's regular chocolate ice cream, vanilla, strawberry, I'm good. That's not supposed to have anything gluten in it. So I just was like, let me just ask, just to be on the safe side. So I goes up to the window and I'm like, hey, is you guys' chocolate ice cream gluten free? And the girl was like, first of all, she didn't know what gluten free was. And then, gluten period. She was just like, huh? And it was like, there was some teenagers in there that worked at the ice cream place for one. So, they was really young. But she was like, oh, let me go get our allergy book or whatever. So she went and got the allergy book. She was like, okay, the ice cream is gluten free. You should be able to eat it. I'm like, okay, cool. But then another worker came in and was hearing what was going on, and she was just like, oh no, you can't eat it because we use the same machine that we use for the ice cream for the cake, and we don't clean it after the cake. So she was like, so I'm 100% sure it's contaminated with the cake. So I just really was like, oh my God, like I just really was just not, I was just in my feelings, because I'm like, I didn't eat a good dinner. Then I wanted to get some ice cream to make me feel better. Then I couldn't get ice cream. Corey and Karai sitting over there smashing on their ice cream, and I'm sitting here like, I was like, I just want to go home and go to bed. At this point, I was just so over it. So, yeah, so I was just in my feelings once again, like, so after that, I came home, whatever. But yeah, so that was the experience of that restaurant. I feel like, Corey really didn't care for the food. Karai really didn't care for it. I feel like, with the tacos, maybe I might go and get like a shrimp taco wrapped in lettuce or something like that. maybe like if we in the area and just for the vibes of it all, I might get something out of there. But oh, the customer service was horrible. The customer service was horrible. Now I don't know if that's what everybody that had go there, because you know different people have different experiences. But for me, we waited entirely too long for our meal. She kept forgetting my meal. She didn't put my meal in. Like, it was just so bad. Like, so bad. Like, it was the worst customer service that we could have had, as far as just her forgetfulness. Like, she kept forgetting. Oh, and I didn't even tell y'all the worst part. So they bring me out a salad. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to smash this salad. Smash it, right? I asked her for ranch dressing. She never brought out my ranch dressing. She probably waited about 30 minutes to bring me out some ranch dressing. When she brings me out the ranch dressing, why it was mayo? She brought me out I was like, can I have extra ranch dressing, please? She brought me out 2 cups of mayo. Y'all, I can tell y'all how freaking fuming I was. I was just like, what? Like, what? Like, I was so mad. But yeah, it just goes to show that people really don't care. Like, and the food industry is so, like, we already know the food industry is jacked up, but it's worse than what we even imagined it to be. And me learning this whole gluten stuff, it's just so deeper than what I have ever imagined. And just trying to eat, and just like the gluten-free community, like if you are gluten-free because you have an allergy to gluten, whether it's a gluten allergy or celiac disease, there is no love for you out here in this world. Like, none. It is so crazy. It is like eye-opening crazy how much it's like, and then it almost feels like you're being punished because you have this condition. It is crazy. It is crazy. So I just hope that in the future things can get better. It seemed like people are trying to do stuff here and there, but it's just not enough.